Hello, Philippine stock market investors and traders. Welcome to our EquiTalks series. We are already on our EquiTalks episode number 122. Today is March 20, 2020, Friday. I am JC De Guzman, founder and CEO of Equilyst Analytics Incorporated. In our 122nd episode, I will give you my analysis and recommendations for BDO Unibank, and the stock code is, your guess is as good as mine, BDO. By the end of my analysis, this question will be answered. And what's the question? Let me read that for you. Should you buy near or below 87? Hold or sell on strength? That's quite a mouthful, but I can answer that. All right, so now let's proceed with my analysis that is predicated on my evergreen strategy in trading and investing in the Philippine stock market. Speaking of which, if you'd like to know more about how I analyze the online stock market course that I uh, personally created and developed, you may subscribe to Equilyst Analytics, and I'll tell you more about it later. But first things first, let's take a look at what happened to BDO on March 20. So today, BDO closed at 97 pesos per share. It went up by, that's quite a lot, 14.12%, relatively speaking. That's quite a lot. The total turnover value reached almost half a billion pesos, pegged at 470.6 million pesos. As expected, foreign investors were the main drivers. Now, for today, foreign fundies registered a net foreign buying worth 6.2 million pesos only. Well, year to date, they are net sellers. But, speaking of which, their day-to-day net foreign is relatively small. Well, relatively small. Relative to what? Relative to the other blue chip companies, or maybe relative to the foreign fundies' participation last year. We will see. We'll find out. The immediate support of BDO is pegged at 87.4. Resistance is at 107.2, right here on this chart. And do I see a buy signal confirmation? Well, don't be quick to judge. Just because you're seeing a green candlestick, it doesn't mean it's a buy signal confirmation already. In my universe, there is no buy signal confirmation yet. I'll tell you why. The 10 MACD is bearish. Hold on. What's this 10 MACD? Okay, I'll tell you briefly about it. At Equilyst Analytics, a stock can only have a buy signal confirmation if the 10 MACD and if its momentum power indicator are both bullish. I said both, not just either. So in this case, the 10 MACD is already bearish. What makes it bearish? The last candlestick is lower than the 10 SMA and MACD is lower than the signal line. So it's as simple as that. I'm not going to give you the exact details or the nitty-gritty details about it. You can learn more about it in our online stock market course. Okay. Now, given this relatively high historical volatility score of BDO, which is at 211%, I would say that BDO has an extremely high risk level. So if you are a low risk investor, you need to think 70 times 7. It's a figure of speech, you know. So you have to think twice before you top up or enter on a new position. Well, since there's no buy signal confirmation, I would say you don't need to think about whether you should buy or not, because in my universe, when the 10 MACD or momentum power indicator is bearish, then there's no buy signal confirmation, meaning to say there's no need for me to buy. I'm not going to waste my buying power. Okay? So, how about the status of the momentum power indicator? Well, in this case, it's bullish. And what made it bullish? Number one, the last candlestick is green. Number two, the volume weighted average price of 92.63 is lower than the last price of 97. Number three, the last volume bar is green and it is higher than the 50% of BDO's 10-day volume average. And the dominant price point or price range is, which is at 97, is the intraday high itself. So all four elements of the momentum power indicator are bullish. That makes the entire momentum power indicator bullish as well. But is there a buy signal confirmation? I already told you the answer. Even these two things must be bullish to get a buy signal confirmation. The Tennessee MACD and momentum power indicator. Not either or, should be both. Very simple rule. Now, the true market sentiment is bearish. In lesson number 4 or 5, I emphasized the importance of the true market sentiment in our online stock market course. I'm not going to discuss that right here. Otherwise, this short video will become a seminar. So, I'll go straight to my recommendation. How are we going to use those pieces of information to arrive to an intelligent, data-driven investment decision? Okay, here you go. Do you have BDO? Okay, good. If you have it, I have a next question. Is it still trading above your trailing stop? If you're scratching your head, then that means you are not employing risk management on your investment, on your stock investments. All right? So, assuming under the assumption that your trailing stop is still intact, I would recommend that you hold your position and reduce the percentage of risk on your trailing stop. It's all the more because of that bearish true market sentiment. That means, in English, the downtrend is still more likely to test the support at 87.4. Write it down. Let that sink in. Okay? Now, if you don't have BDO, I don't recommend doing a test buy yet. It's a waste of buying power. Alright, so did I already answer the question? Should you buy near or below 87, hold, or sell on strength? You heard it. Okay, you heard my answer. So, I hope you've learned something from this EquiTalks episode number 122nd for BDO. Now, a while back, I was talking about our stock market subscription service. Allow me now to tell you something about it. So, if you'd like to know more about our stock market subscription service, go to equilyst.com/subscribe. And on this page, you will be able to read the 6 inclusions when you subscribe. So read everything, read every word. I spent hours writing everything on this one and designing it as well. So please read everything. It's for your own sake, not mine. Because I want you to know what you will exactly get before you even pay. Because as soon as you paid for your subscription, I don't want us to talk about things like, oh, this is not what I was expecting, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So you got to know first if this is really what you're looking for. Because I'm not going to give you what I cannot give. That goes without saying. All right. So at the bottom, you will also read our customers' reviews or testimonials. And if you scroll down a little bit further below, you will see the 3 steps on how to subscribe together with the payment options. Okay? Now, we're not yet done. Let me introduce next our stock market library. This is the first and only one in the Philippines. Go to equilyst.com/library. What do you get? Well, by the way, everything that you will get in here, that you will read, see, and hear are for free. What do you get for free? Again, you will be able to read the news that we write. And we don't just copy and paste news websites as news. We don't, unlike other stock market subscription service providers, they only link to news portals. Here, we write our own. Go ahead and check for plagiarism. You won't find any plagiarism here. We write our own. And then you will be able to read our analysis. You can listen to our podcasts, watch our videos, use our calculators. You can access our dictionary. So if you are an extremely newbie and you don't know what SEC means, then type in SEC and then it will show you the definition or meaning of SEC right here. Okay, and more strategies and more. So imagine what else. Imagine what more do you get? What more you will get when you become a paying customer, when you become a subscriber, knowing that we can afford to give this much for free. Okay. Now, there's a sign up form at the bottom. You are welcome to our sign up to our newsletter. This is for free as well. And if you are listening to this on podcast or listening to our podcast on SoundCloud, or if you're watching this video on YouTube, go straight to the description box down below. Follow us on our other social media accounts. We are on Facebook, Facebook group, Facebook page, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest, SoundCloud, Vimeo. We're all over. Okay? Why should you sign up to our newsletter and follow us on our social media accounts? Well, when we publish a new episode, you will be notified through email, plus you will be alerted through your favorite social media account. This is for free. There's nothing to lose, everything's for you to gain. Alright? Equilyst.com/library. So I hope you've learned something from this 122nd episode about BDO. Remember, invest independently and trade tactically. My name is JC De Guzman. Thank you.